Hello crafty friends and welcome back. Today I'm playing along with Mixed Media Mayhem where we're using stencils, distressed, and paste. I also used a couple of my 100 pattern paper challenge papers, and I'm also playing along with Iron Crafter Challenge, and today's special ingredient is wood veneer. So this paper here that I'm showing you was from my 100 pattern paper stash, and it's actually a scrapbooking themed paper, but it is difficult to tell unless you really know that's what it is. And so basically it's tone on tone, and the print is different scrapbooking tool icons. And so really I'm just kind of using it for the navy blue, and you're not going to see a lot of it, so it really didn't matter a whole lot. So here is where my wood veneer comes in, and so I'm using a old what was this? Tattered Angels spray that I've been trying to get it used up, that it is getting close to the bottom, and I don't believe the spray nozzle works anymore, so I just pulled it out to use it like a paint on my wood veneer. And so I get that put down here on my wood veneer apples, and then I must have missed spraying this piece here. But I did use a spray mist on this wood veneer frame as well. And so here is where my stencil comes in, that I'm using some texture paste and using a little star stencil to get a few stars on that wood piece veneer. And then eventually I am going to back that with some journaling to go with that picture. So here I've pulled out some scraps, and I actually think this scrap here in particular was from a previous 100 pattern paper challenge piece of paper. So just getting a little bit more of that used up here. And then I did pull out a few more from just my regular scrap bin, that these were some papers from a 6x6 paper pad, and I only had a few pieces left, so I ended up just breaking up the paper pad and putting it within my scrap bin. And these are pattern papers that read like a solid, and just using those to map my photos. So got a little bit more of a scrap source mini paper pad used up there. And so here I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do in this specific pocket here. And so this little section of video is just kind of, I guess maybe not all of it, but I do show some of my thought process of what I'm trying to decide what I'm going to put where. I had this piece of a pocket card that I ended up using the back of it to map my photo. And actually this piece was a scrap from a 100 pattern paper challenge paper from that I'd used previously this year. So just getting more of that paper used up. And here's my first attempt at getting my journaling within that little circle area that I did use a pencil and traced around it very lightly. And then I showed you my first and my final attempt there, and getting that glued onto the back. And so that's how that pocket card is going to look. And then here you can see that I've pulled off some stickers from a sticker sheet, writing my journaling on there that says types of brushes. So these are daycare pictures, and that was what they were learning that particular day. So I just wrote under subject that was what they were learning. And now I'm starting to kind of put my pocket pieces together, just using my stapler to hold that down, make sure it gets a good adherence. And some of these middle pictures are just mostly going to be just pictures with a few little embellishments. So I think I do show you, oh, here's a big old mess up here coming. Oh, look, I just smeared my ink. So since it smeared, I was like, well, maybe it'll just rub off. So I used my fiber cloth, rubbed off what I had previously written, I had used a Sharpie, so I thought it was going to be good and just stay on there. So I picked up a different pen that I hoped that would work and just set that to the side, hoping to give it a little more time to dry. And then I'll show you here in a little bit later what my next solution is to make sure that it is hopefully dry and won't smudge once it goes into the pocket. Um, so on this final 4x6 card that doesn't have the large photo, um, I did finally decide that I pulled out one of the large cork stars that I had, and so here is where I'm also placing around the wood veneer pieces that are part of the Iron Crafter Challenge. So just kind of laying those out where I think I'm going to use those and get a few more of the cork stars on my layout as well. And now I'm just kind of playing around with the rest of the stickers that I pulled off sticker sheets, and I do switch out that sticker there from a red sticker that says school to the white sticker that says school on it. And here, just kind of building up some clusters. I'm not sticking anything down, very strongly, so if I do change my mind, I can still get those pulled up and change them around. So, and some of these collections for school I've had for a very long time, that I purchased them when my daughter was young and in school, elementary and high school. And now they're coming around for a second round because this is her son. So using a lot of the school product for his not preschool, daycare pictures, but they were still doing a lot of learning. And so this has been kind of fun to use up some of my older collections. And then when he starts to go to kindergarten, then hopefully I'll have a chance to do some of his scrapbook layouts then as well and get to buy some new collections. So let's see. So now I'm just kind of, I started out trying to glue the wood veneer, and for some reason it just was not wanting to stick to the photo paper with the liquid glue. So then I ended up wiping it off and changed to using some tear tape to make sure it was going to stay down and glued really good. And now I'm just kind of beefing up some of my clusters around each of the photos. So there, I just pulled off one of those circles. And again, so like I said, I've had these for a long time, so I'm really just trying to get it as much as I can used up that makes sense. And so maybe someday I can buy some new. Because we all want to buy new stuff, right? All right, so then I realized that I had not distressed anything, and so I'm interpreting the distress piece of the Mixed Media Mayhem recipe with Distress Oxide. So I just took that ink there, you can see, and I'm inking around the outside of each of the white pieces that are within each of these pockets. And so now I think I have met each of the requirements. So here are the close-up shots. If you have any questions for me, leave those down below. I do have links for playlists as well as Facebook groups if you're interested in checking out any of that inspiration there. And thank you for stopping by. We will see you next time. Bye.